Hiya folks, it's Kikoskia here, and welcome back to Let's Play Pillars of Eternity, and when last we left off, we bested the Ardra Dragon. It took quite a lot of preparation. I got the arquebus that Liren has been using enchanted as much as I knew I wanted to get it enchanted. There's still 4 points of enchantment left over, but I don't know what to specialize that into, but it is now a legendary Durgan Steel-infused corrosive arquebus. It has 25% extra corrode damage, it has a huge amount of buffs, and it attacks faster. This, combined with the fact that we're now wearing slightly lighter, yet incredibly good armor, and the fact that we are max level, means that we are incredibly powerful. We also when we got down into the last level of Odd Nua, we had a conversation with the dragon, persuading them not to attack us immediately, under the pretense that we'd help them out, whereupon we then went around, checked out the area, took out the dragons that would help the Ardra Dragon, and then we initiated combat. There were some Zora priests that turned up, but we were able to deal with them, and we were almost defeated by the Ardra's amazingly powerful dragon breath, but a timely revival from Durance, and a little bit more damage, because we'd almost done it, secured us the victory. Now, before we go and head over to Hadrat House, let's speak with Kana.
They'll call you a dragon slayer now. A slayer of Ardra dragons, no less. What a trophy it will make. What a tale, for that matter. Perhaps I'll compose a song about it.
Don't exaggerate, though.
I hardly need to. You did fight the beast, after all. The Deerwood will be going on about it for years as it is. I'm just getting ahead of the crowd.
A good idea. A very good idea. There are also some spellbooks here. We'll put them in the stash for now. Don't think I need to do much with them at the moment. Something else I probably want to do is I want to make sure I am loaded up on Resolve. We probably need some Resolve. So, we have a +3 Resolve cape. There it is. And we can get +2 from resting. That gets us to 15. Yeah, you wear this. That gets you to 13. We can then rest here to get to 15. No, rest here to get to 16. That'll probably be enough. It's been a long time since I've done that.
I'm here.
Right. With 16 Resolve, because you never know when we might need Resolve, let's head to Hadrat House. I can always switch cloaks back if I need to, if combat happens.
Gather your party before venturing forth.
Indeed we must. Let us, for the first time in a long time, return over to Hadrat House. And I believe that is in Brackenbury. She's going to be very puzzled. What kept you? Oh, you know, doing stuff. And the place you want is right there. Are we going to be waylaid by some muggers? Or pickpockets? Or anyone? No! This place is actually quite calm. You probably heard about us slaying each and every threat that would plague the Deerwood and breathe a sigh of relief. So, the place we
Well
want...
met, friend.
Excuse me, but I've been looking for you. You're the one who lifted the curse on Heritage Hill. That's correct. My lady, who wishes to remain anonymous, has entrusted me with bringing you this pistol. It belonged to a dear friend of hers who was lost to the curse. For your part in reclaiming Heritage Hill, my lady wishes you to have it. Here, may it serve you well in battle. Thank you. She bows. You are quite welcome. St. Garam's Spark. I must be off. Farewell. Let's have a look at this pistol. It is a +10 accuracy granted to an ally attacking the same target, +25% shock damage, minus 0.3 to crit damage multiplier. Interesting. St. Garam was a priest of Hylia, known for his mastery of the art of wordplay. It was said that he could shape the You could shape the mood of a crowd with a single word, and find with cruel precision the most shocking turn of phrase with which to dismantle an opponent. One more whimsical daughter of Deerwood had this pistol crafted in his honor. But the gun, too, she said, could put an end to any debate. You are not wrong with that statement. It's a really good ring. We have the dragon eggfish, just in case we need to have an increase in resolve beyond 16.
Yes.
But I doubt we're going to need an increase in resolve beyond 16. Let us save. And finally, after who knows how many videos, return to the main story, because there is literally nothing else left. We've done all the bounties we can. We've done the entirety of the White March. We've done Cragholt. We've dealt with the Ardra Dragon. There's nothing remaining. Absolutely nothing. I don't even want to think about how many months in-game have passed since I last touched the main story. But the person we want to speak to is in here. She's been waiting very, very patiently. Hello, Lady Webb.
I'm here.
How are you doing?
How fares your search?
There is something I can tell you about the Leaden Key's operations. I should hope so. You've been away for months.
Well, let's hear it.
The Ingwithan Tower in Heritage Hill contains an ancient machine that can control the flow of souls. The Leaden Key activated it.
This is troubling. That civilization seems to have known more about the mechanics of souls than anyone since. The Leaden Key was born in that period. It may be that Theos has full knowledge of their technology. The applications of this machine you speak of, I don't want to think about it.
Yeah, it's not great.
The Leaden Key's conspiracy is clear now. They have used Engwithan technology to engineer Widewind's legacy, and they want people to blame Animancy for it. As we speak, the Duke is holding hearings in the palace. He is listening to arguments for and against Animancy. When they finish, he is expected to decide whether to outlaw it. It seems the Leaden Key has been pushing Deerwood down this path for some time.
Let's see if we can prevent that. Presuming, of course, you want to. You could absolutely steer it to outlawing Animancy. But we've seen that Animancy itself is not the problem. It's always people that practice it and take things too far. That is the problem.
I, for one, would enjoy seeing their little scheme fouled up at the last moment. Our Duke must hear what you have to say. Unfortunately, the hearings are closed to the public, which makes the Duke inaccessible until they are completed.
However,
certain groups have been invited to attend. You might get in with one of them if you aren't above a little pandering. There are delegations from the Knights of the Crucible, the Dozens, and from House Dominel. If you can gain the support of one of those groups, that may be your best way in.
I do have the
See what
support.
you can arrange.
I do have the support. The Knights of the Crucible would be more than happy to have us represent them. I want to discuss the Animancy hearings at the palace.
What of them?
What is there to know about the Duke?
Avar is many things to many people, and that is why he sits the throne. To the frontiersmen, he is one of their own. To the patriotic, he is a sole descendant of Admeth Hadrit. To the nobility, he is from an old and established family. All of these are half-truths or exaggerations, a tale he has spun around himself. The man behind the tale may not be the greatest mind in Deerwood, but he knows people. He knows when they are sincere and when they lie. He knows when they are strong and when they are weak. The other matters he leaves to me. Outwardly, he prefers to come off a bit of a simpleton. Don't be fooled. Before he was a duke, he was a trapper, and an excellent one at that.
Noted.
Wouldn't they allow a guest of Dunred Row into the hearings?
We would only do that as a last resort. Walking in with one of the 3 invited groups puts you in a position of influence. Walking in alone as a representative of Dunreed Row would earn you distrust among all the rest. It seems our organization has a reputation for nosiness and manipulation, for whatever reason.
She glances to one side.
It would be best if people did not see Dunreed Row's hand in this. Easier for them to embrace the truth.
Understandable. Farewell, then. So, we now need to get invited to join one of the Animancy hearing delegations. In order to attend, we'll need to be sponsored by one of the 3 main factions. The Knights of the Crucible, House de Menel, or the Dozens. We need to go to the Knights of the Crucible. Hermit of Hatred House.
I'm here.
It's now been updated. So, let's quickly go to First Fires and get invited. Then we can swoop in at the last minute and say what we need to say. Maybe the Knights of the Crucible haven't yet spoken. And they'll conclude, well, you're very trustworthy. You probably got the best interests of the Defiance Bay and Madeirwood at heart. And we do. We have to protect this area from the Leaden Key. And if the Leaden Key don't want Animancy to be looked into, we need to make sure that we give Animancy its fair representation. So, first fire. The advantage of going to the Knights of the Crucible is that it won't be a long walk to get to the Duke's Palace. So, off we go. We are here and literally on the doorstep of Crucible Knights. We shall pop in. They'll see us walk in for the first time in a long time in incredibly powerful armor with a gun the likes of which they've never witnessed. They've never looked upon. We are incredibly strong. We could be stronger. Also, how's your dagger doing? We're getting there. 854 out of 1,000. So.
Yes?
We will rush over here. Meow. Say hello to you. Been a while since we've chatted, Commander.
I'm here.
What may I do for you? I understand that the Crucible Knights are attending the Animancy hearings at the palace.
Indeed. Duke Avar looks to the Knights for prudent counsel as well as defense. I suspect our future as a city and a nation will depend in no small part on how we handle this matter.
Not subtle at all, the foreshadowing. What do you think about Animancy? Despite what happened with the Forge Knights, Animancy merits further study in other contexts. There's much yet that Animancers could do to cure soul maladies, strengthen essence, perhaps even ameliorate the effects of a legacy. He scratches his chin. We won't know until we try. And we can't afford to sit on our hands while our rivals watch us grow weak. Tell me about the hearings. Gives you a gruff frown. They're progressing slower than I'd like. The Dozens raise a ruckus whenever anyone so much as mentions Animancy, and the Domenals are obfuscating matters on purpose. Nevertheless, I'm confident Avar will see reason eventually. He certainly will if we help out. I need an audience with Duke Avar. I'd like to attend the hearings. And we'll be glad to have you with us. Avar will no doubt find your presence persuasive. And we need all possible support to see that he gives Animancy a fair chance. We can lie, but we're not going to. Indeed. Was there something else I can do for you? Goodbye. So, return to Brackenbury and speak with Lady Webb about attending the hearings. Also, just so that I know, we are Rational 3, Benevolent 4, Honest 4. Oh my word, we are so honest. Stoic, aggressive, diplomatic, passionate.
I'm here.
We are so very honest. Will this work against us in the hearings? Uncertain. Let's find out. Let's go over here. Rush back to Brackenbury. And I imagine once we speak with Lady Webb, she'll be like, are you sure there might be no going back at this point? warning, things might change substantially, because this is probably the capstone to Act 2. What are you talking about with Act 2? Oh, nothing, just something that I say. Ignore my words.
Truly a strange one.
So 15 minutes to go back to Brackenbury. I do not at all regret enchanting this arquebus. I don't regret it at all. So we shall save. Say hi to the lady once more. And hopefully nothing terrible will happen after these hearings. Oh, after the hearing. Oh, who am I kidding? Something terrible is going to happen, isn't it? It's just a question of how bad it's going to be. There's a backer character. And now, back to see the lady. Upstairs. And then, report on the good news. Oh, you were quick. Makes a change. I was expecting you to be gone for about 5 years. With the hearings have still been going on, you'll be surprised how slowly the wheels of change turn.
How fares your search?
If I'm going to be doing this, I think it's time you told me everything about Theos.
I've told you everything you need to know.
But not everything.
It's only right that you know everything. When I was younger, before Dunreed Row, I had many suitors. These were fine-looking men of good stock, but I could see their thoughts, and they were unimpressive. Boys' thoughts. I toyed with their affections. I resented all of them.
Lady Webb looks down at her hands, lost in thought. She shook her head, and then a rattling sigh struggles to escape her throat as she said those things.
And then I met a man whose mind was a mystery to me. But he understood me. He knew me at a glance, told me things I didn't know about myself. He was neither handsome nor charming, but he was all I ever wanted.
You're talking about Theos.
We made a game of my gift. He would ask me about people, and I would tell him what they were thinking. Sometimes the information was very sensitive. And then one day he asked me if I trusted him. I said I did. Next I knew I was donning a silver mask and swearing oaths to Woodica. Using my gift for the Leaden Key still felt like a game to me, so I did it. I did it because it pleased him.
And now we learn that you were a part of the very organization that we're trying to stop. You regret what you did. All for love. But it didn't last.
I don't like living in the dark. It's a powerless, hopeless feeling. Every day I did things without knowing their purpose. Every day I loved a man without knowing his thoughts of me. I sensed that there were things he wanted to tell me. I sensed that he knew everything the Leaden Key was created to hide. But Theos was unyielding. One day I disappeared without a word. He would kill me for it, and I knew that. It's their rule. I just wanted to see him plunge the knife, because then I would know. But the day never came. He has left me to wonder.
Possibly not forever.
I have devoted my years to learning everything I could about him, in hopes I would find some clue as to who he really was, and why he felt he had to keep his secrets locked away. I have precious little to show for it. Just an old woman nagged by old thoughts.
But you've helped us, and that's what matters. Also, I have Velma here now in my lap. She wants attention. And attention she will get. And now she is gone. Fleeting are the wants of the cat.
And that is truly everything I can tell you about Theos. I hope you will accept this embarrassing story as a show of my good faith.
I do. I want to discuss the Animancy hearings at the palace.
What of them?
The Knights of the Crucible have accepted me into their delegation.
Good. Avar Wolfgren looks to the Crucible Knights as a voice of reason and order. Speaking from their section should lend you credibility with him.
Good.
You need waste no more time here. Get to the palace. Make your case to the Duke. With him on our side, all of Deerwood can be mobilized against the Leaden Key, and Theos can be rooted out. I only wish I could be there to see it. There is a very old bottle of a very good brandy that I have been saving for a special day. If you hurry back afterward, there may be a little left for you. Off with you. You're going to do very well in there.
I hope so. I'll see you later. I'll hold you to that brandy.
Yes?
And when we come back, folks, it's time to go to the Duke's Palace and speak on behalf of Animancy to kick the Leaden Key's plans into the dirt at the very last moment. Theos underestimates us, and that's the thing I'm counting on. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you're not, and if you are subscribed, press that bell for those notifications as when we return, kicking off the final parts of Act 2, all while Console Hawk watches angrily. And I'll catch you next time, folks, and I'll see you then. Later.